Welcome to your Season 19 Blaseball weather update. This is the Earlseason forecast. Warning: this video contains forbidden knowledge. Stop watching now if you do not wish to access hidden information. This video would not have been possible without the work of the Society for Internet Blaseball Research. Season 19 is here, and following both threats and promises from multiple parties in the election, we see how that impacts the weather. Flooding has jumped back up into first place, but Sun 2 is only 2 games behind it, whilst Black Hole, Eclipse and Salmon vie for third place. There is also a mysterious new weather, which we will see for the first time on day 14. Houston hosts the most black holes, and Mexico City sees the most feedback. Halifax has the most blood rain and ties with Miami for the highest amount of flooding. Coming down the East Coast, New York has the most reverb, Baltimore the most birds, and Charleston the most coffee. Hades hosts the most eclipses. Stay tuned for a team-by-team breakdown of the weather after this short look at the snack economy. The season has finally arrived where I say ditch your slushies. Whilst flooding is still the highest weather, Sun 2 is only slightly behind, and donuts have a much better payout. Sundays and Wetzels remain solid for income and are likely to stay that way for the whole season. The Lift don't play a single home game in the Earlseason, so their modifications provide no benefit for them. Their joint most common weathers whilst away are black holes and salmon. The Fridays have 2 opportunities to use their shiny new flood pumps. They will also host 1 game of the new mystery weather. The weather they will see the most is Sun 2. The Garages have just 1 opportunity to use their modifications, with a birds game, but no coffee of any kind. The most frequent weather for this team will be flooding. The Lovers get some mileage from their renovations in the Earlseason, with 2 coffee games for sweetener and 3 birds games from their increaser to fill the houses they've built. Their highest likelihood weather is flooding. The Tacos have just 1 game to use psychoacoustics, but 2 for birds and 2 from their weather increaser. They will play 4 Sun 2 games overall, so a few opportunities for their team mods, but their most common weather will be flooding. The Mechanics have only 1 game for psychoacoustics and echo chamber, and nothing at all from their coffee increasers. Their most frequent weather will be flooding. The Magic make the most of their solar panels with 3 Sun 2 games, and their increasers are working as they also get a birds game. They will play in the new mystery weather, but the weather they'll see the most is Sun 2. The Sunbeams have 1 game to use psychoacoustics and echo chamber, and are getting a return of investment on their increasers, with 2 Sun 2 games for their solar panels and 4 salmon games. Their joint highest weathers are solar eclipse and salmon. The Jazz Hands get 2 games for LCD sound system and psychoacoustics, but are yet another team with nothing for their coffee mods. They will play a new mystery weather game, but their most common weather is peanuts, and they play the most games in it of any team. They will also be the only team not to play in flooding. The Stakes have 1 Coffee Threes game from their modifications, so at least they'll see some sweetener action. Their most common weather will be flooding. The Spies get 2 opportunities to use flood pumps, and will see a birds game courtesy of their increaser, but their most common weather will be black hole. The Wings get 2 chances to use flood pumps, and should give their increasers a raise, seeing a birds game and 5 Sun 2 games. Their joint highest weathers are feedback, Sun 2 and flooding. The Breath Mints have a single game of reverb in which to use psychoacoustics and echo chamber. Their most frequent weather is Sun 2, but flooding is close behind. The Firefighters will get to use sweetener, thanks to their coffee increaser giving them 2 games of it. Their most common weather will also be Sun 2. The Worms get 1 black hole at home, and 2 chances to use psychoacoustics. They will play 3 black hole games overall, but their highest weather is Sun 2. The moist talkers will be happy with 8 flooding games at home thanks to their increaser, and 12 in total, giving them the joint highest amount of games in it across the ILB and plenty of chances to use high pressure. The flowers get 4 chances to use psychoacoustics and 3 to use solar panels. Their most common weather is Sun 2, but they also see the joint highest amount of blood rain in the Earlseason. The millennials also see 4 chances to use their psychoacoustics and 3 to use solar panels. Their joint most frequent weathers are reverb and Sun 2, and they join the flowers in having the highest amount of blood rain. The pies will be disappointed with having no games in which to use their modifications, and only slightly consoled by seeing 1 birds away game. Their highest likelihood weather is Sun 2. The crabs have 2 opportunities to use psychoacoustics, but have no showing from their increasers or flood pumps. Their most common weather is Sun 2, and they also play the largest amount of birds games. They will be the only team not to play in a solar eclipse. The Choux Thieves have 4 chances to sweeten up, playing the most coffee games of any team with the help of their weather increaser. But their highest weather will be black holes. The Georges get just 1 chance to use LCD sound system and psychoacoustics, but they are the final team to play in the new mystery weather. Their joint most frequent weathers will be peanuts, black hole, and salmon, seeing 5 games of each. The Dalles are unlucky, as despite playing 18 home games, they can't use any of their renovations in the Earlseason. Their most common weather is flooding, and they are joint with the moist talkers for the most flooding games overall. The Tigers see 2 blood rain games whilst at home, but will be hoping to incinerate some umpires, playing in 6 eclipse games overall, the most of any team. This, along with Sun 2, will be their highest weathers. Thank you for tuning into the weather. I'll be back with your mid-season forecast tomorrow, but until then, rejoice, play ball.